All right, so we have arrived at our last problem number 2 that we'll be working on here from 7.5. So here it is on the screen from 7.5. So we're going to use the counterexample method to show that this argument is in fact invalid. And I presented this in the way it will be presented to you on the exam, where we'll have space down here to write out our sentences that correspond to these premises and this conclusion. So the first step is just to look at these symbols and then understand what they mean. And then write them out in English sentences here. So there exists an x, ax dot bx means, right, in the easiest way to think about this, go back to 7.1 to review this, but the easiest way to think about it is sum. Some a's are b's. Some a's are b's. Second premise, the universal quantifier. Well, that's going to translate as all unless we have a tilde in here, as we saw in the last video. But there aren't any tildes, so we can go with all. All C's are A's for our second premise. And then our conclusion, again, with the existential quantifier, we'll most easily translate that as some C's are B's. The conclusion is some C's are B's. Want to make all the premises true while the conclusion is false, right? So we look at this, we translate that back into English, have our scheme here that we're going to fill out, and now we'll just come up with our substitutions to get all true premises and a false conclusion. So for this one, again, I think typically, more often than not, it works best to think about the conclusion and make it false first. Some C's are B's, right? We need to make sure we come up with a false statement here. So we could try, again, something simple. Animals work very well, typically. Some cats are, so you need to think of something that no cat is to make this false. Some cats are dogs, right? Will definitely be false. It's not true that any cat is a dog, so it's false. Some cats are dogs. Once we get that, now we go and find a C here, that's cats. We find a B here, that's dogs. And then we're going to fill in our A predicate there to make both of these premises true. So we have some blank are dogs, and all cats are whatever that thing is, and we want to make both of these true. So we might think of something like mammals, right? At least give that a shot. Some mammals are dogs. Why, yes, they are, right? All cats are mammals. Absolutely. So both premises are true while the conclusion is definitely false. This is exactly the kind of setup you want to have on the exam. This is how you would write it out. Very simple substitution, so it's obvious that the premises are true and the conclusion is false.